Hey guys, welcome back to the farm. A lot of you guys have been, well, the video is still popular, I guess. We did that old 30H a couple of years ago. Massey Ferguson 30H industrial backhoe. That's what it was, backhoe, yeah. And that video is still popular, and I get a lot of guys asking me, like, what happened to that, or if we're going to do another industrial tractor or anything like that. So we got this thing here behind me about a week ago, maybe, not quite. And I guess it's Super Dave's latest project. So I'm going to show you around this thing because it's pretty neat. So like I said, the 30H that we had, that was a 1991, and it was just a small two-wheel drive backhoe, and it was pretty far gone, and it was just too small really for what we would want. So we sold it. We had an offer on it that we couldn't refuse. Basically, we never listed it for sale or anything, but it just kind of worked out, and we were kind of looking for something else ever since. And we almost bought, I shouldn't say almost bought, but we looked at a couple of 50EXs. We kind of were interested in them, and anyway, those didn't really work out. But this one here turned up in Quebec. It's 1993 Massey, or well, MF technically, I guess, MF Industrial 68X. So this would have been the largest backhoe loader type of thing that Massey or MF Industrial would have made at that point, because I think technically it would have been after it was split off from the main company, Massey Ferguson. It was MF Industrial. And then later become Firmac. I think after that they called them MF Industrial by Firmac or something like that. But anyway, this is pretty much the last of that era, and it's a 60HX. This one's actually not a backhoe. I'll show that in a minute. It's just a loader. It's got a 236 Perkins in it with a turbo. You see right there. And that engine is actually freshly rebuilt pretty well. It's got 150 hours on it since the rebuild. They had overheated it, and they put a new radiator and redid the engine, so that's all good to go. But loader, it's got a heavy duty industrial loader on it, self-leveling. It's got a hydraulic quick coupler on the front, which doesn't fit the alloy attachments, unfortunately, so we're gonna have to either modify that or replace it with something that's going to work for us. But like I said, this is going to be a project for Super Dave. He's going to, at best, I guess, spend the winter working on it. It might be longer than that, I don't know. It's got a bunch of little issues, but they all add up. I won't go through all of them, but you can see by the two colors of paint, like the brighter yellow, it's closer to the original. I don't think it's the original paint. We think it's been like sandblasted and painted before. If you look here, you can see down this, there's not much paint on it. We kind of suspect it's not originally like that, but even here you can see Dad noticed, like you can see the pitting in this where it had been rusted and then painted over. They must have sandblasted it and then painted over it. So we don't think any of the paint is original. Maybe the cab, and the stickers aren't correct either. Like that's not where it's supposed to be, and the font is a bit off. And this one here, I think, looks closer to the original, but I still think the font is a bit off, actually. Yeah, no, it's peeling off. So yeah, I'm not sure, but anyway, and then this other paint, obviously some kind of yellow, ugly house paint that they brushed on for whatever reason. The fenders are the same, but overall, it's not terribly rusty. It's got decent tires on it, like the front tires are not too bad. But anyway, like I said, I'm not gonna get into all the issues, but there is a few. So we'll come around to the back here now. And like I said, it's not a backhoe. It actually never was a backhoe. These were sold mostly as backhoes, and I don't think I've ever seen one set up as just a loader. But here this one was. You can see it would have been easy to put it back on it because there's the mount right there. But the floor doesn't have the cutouts in it for the joysticks and that for the backhoe controls and whatnot. So, and it's also got a PTO on it, so we know it's not a backhoe model. So you can see the 540 PTO there. It's actually got a short shaft. You can kind of see it in back because the rear end is so far from where the PTO is. And then it's got 3 remotes on it. One of them is running this cylinder here for your leveling, and then the 3-point hitch is just controlled by that cylinder right there. There's no like draft control or anything like that. So this 3-point hitch was built by Gannon Manufacturing Company. I think they built a lot of box scrapers and 3-point hitches for the industrial stuff back in the day. I don't know if they still do or not, but they were bought out by Woods Equipment, I think, at some point. So, anyway, you can still see the cab. Kind of looks like the back of a backhoe cab, but it's not too bad. Some of the skip loaders get kind of ugly looking with the backhoe cabs on them, but these ones aren't too bad, I don't think. So we can hop in the cab here and show you guys some more stuff, I guess. So, yeah, I'm not going to get into the issues, but there's so many little things that are kind of annoying. But anyway, so before I get in, you can see your controls right here. There's your hour and tachometer, engine stop, key, throttle. Not sure what that one is. PTO, right there, PTO. And that's your diff lock, which is actually seized, but we'll hop up into the cab right now. Alright, so there's your 3-point hitch and remotes right here. 3-point hitch, and then your remotes. And it's missing the lever for this one, so we'll have to do something with that. But they're all there. So, anyway, sitting here in the captain's chair. So here's your shuttle, same as we had on the 30H. It's exactly the same. This is a 4-speed with a torque converter, so it's totally different than a farm tractor. I think it's only got 4 gears, 4 in reverse with a torque converter instead of a clutch. And you got your shuttle, 4-wheel drive engage. Not going to go through all the switches and stuff on there, but you get the idea. There's the 4-speed sticker, and here's your 4-speed lever. So this is actually the declutch button if you want to shift without touching the actual foot pedals. You shift like that. The pedals, as far as I can tell, I don't know if they're supposed to be like this, but this here isn't a clutch. Like I said, I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, but you just press on it and it's your brake for this, that side, and then this big wide pedal is the brake for the other side, and it seems like it just automatically declutches electronically. So I'm not sure if it's supposed to be like that, if that's supposed to be an inching pedal. I don't know, but that's how it's set up right now. And then of course you got your throttle right here. So yeah, I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be, but that's how it is. And then over here we have your loader controls. So this one here is your loader joystick. So it's bucket and boom up and down. And it's also got a declutch button on the end of it. So like when you're digging into a pile or whatever, you can press that and it'll stop the tractor, and you can move the loader, whatever. And this here is your third function, which is currently hooked up to the hydraulic quick change for the bucket, which I don't think is a real great idea. So we're probably going to change that. There's no real safety mechanism to it to prevent you from, disconnecting the bucket if you grab the wrong lever. So there's that. So these windows, there's no air conditioning in these cabs. It's just a heater, and that's all. But these windows are supposed to fold all the way over. Like this one here will fold all the way back this way or the other way. You can do one or the other. And same on the other side, although, like I keep mentioning these little issues, the window glass and that one has been glued in solid. But anyway, let me spin around here. If I can find the lever, it's on this side. Because the seat does spin around, so this heater's got to go. This one's like an add-on thing. There we go. Legs are a bit long. Alright, so you notice we have a steering column back here. For some reason they had this thing rigged up for reverse drive. So here's a repeat of the shuttle control lever. That's the same as up front. And the steering wheel column right here, you put a steering wheel on it. And then you got a pedal down here by my foot that's seized because it's not been used in a long time, I guess. So you can actually sit and drive this thing backwards. I don't know if they had like a forklift mast or a snowblower or what on the back. I'm not really sure how that PTO would work with just the 4-speed in it. Oh my, there we go. Oh. Whatever, anyway. Not really sure how the PTO would work. Like, it's only got 4 speeds with that torque converter, and you like, I mean, I guess you could ride the clutch, but like it's not all that slow, and you really control your speed with your foot throttle. So if you set it to 540 on the PTO with the throttle, like, I don't know how you'd vary the speed that well. Well, anyway, they had something on the back, and they're running it in reverse drive, which is pretty crazy. I think Dad said he's going to remove that. I was kind of advocating to keep it because I just think it's neat, and it doesn't really hurt anything being back there. I mean, the cab is, there's all kinds of room behind the cab, behind the seat in the cab, I should say. It doesn't really hurt nothing being there, but I don't know. It's his rig. He can do what he wants, I guess. So anyway, that's the interior. So yeah, I kind of debated on showing you guys that this here. I was going to leave it till the spring when he was hopefully done with it, but I don't know. I figured I might as well show you. I don't want to hold it on. Yeah, I posted on Instagram yesterday, so here it is on YouTube now, I guess. But yeah, it's a that's the only thing. It's a Series T. Series T. It might be backwards. I'm not sure in the video, but it's a Series T 68X. Just a skip loader, no backhoe.